Everything Star Trek fan films you need to know. This is Trekzone's Fan Film Update.
Welcome to Trekzone's Fan Film Updates, the bite-sized podcast catching you up on the latest Star Trek fan film news. It's a bit of a quiet week, but we'll relive the Trek Shorts cast party, our watch parties for Starship Intrepid, and these are the Voyages. Plus, there's a new fan film to talk about. Speaking of which, let's get straight into it. 3 months on from Mudd's mission, the Federation files have released Escape from Magna Roma this week. 6 years ago, the SS Beagle was lost with all hands. Now the USS Enterprise has located it. Find out in this vignette, which takes place immediately after the original series episode Bread and Circuses, if anyone was able to escape from Magna Roma. As Trek Shorts' crowdfunding campaign came to a close, I caught up with the cast.
For you, Marcus, seeing it all together, I know that you haven't had very many Trek Shorts released yet. That's the running gag at the moment. But for you, seeing this all come together, is it exciting to be a part of this?
It is, yeah. I mean, I've always said, I'd love to be part of something that's got a real canon to it and has a real ensemble feel about it. And until, I was never part of Convergence originally. There were some other actors involved who then ended up dropping out. And because I'd done a couple of the shorts with Sam, he said, let's get Harriman in. So that was a real high point, doing Convergence, with all of us in the room, sitting uncomfortably close to each other at that point. But getting everyone together and having that sort of ensemble feel was a really, really nice atmosphere. And everyone gets on really well as well.
Trekzone's watch party for the one with the whales from Starship Intrepid was a lot of fun. Nick Cook explained filming this one 6 years ago.
Yeah, my daughter, who was 6, well, not quite 6 when we shot this, and who is now 12, I said to her the other day, excuse me, that, you're in one of my films that's coming out, like, tomorrow. And she went, do you want to see it? It's like, okay. And she's like, and walked away from me. Yeah.
I love it. You're beautiful, daughter.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell your friends about it, Sam. Don't worry. I've got far more embarrassing videos than that, so yeah.
Correct. And
we'll
it is your
when
absolute...
she gets married.
Exactly right. And it is your absolute duty as her father to have all of that incriminating evidence to bring out at each of these milestones.
Yeah. And I was lucky growing up. We didn't have cell phones, mobile phones, and all that crap, and cheap video cameras and stuff. So, I've hardly even got photographs from when I was her age, and I certainly don't have video, so there's none of that shit on me.
Aaron Vanderklay beamed in for a watch party to celebrate the release of Resistance, his final instalment in These Are the Voyages' second season.
Lots of other little bits and pieces as well, a bit of a spacewalk on the hull, representative of First Contact. Lots of inspiration, and you were telling me as well that Sam Cockings was a bit of directorial help as well.
Yeah, so when I was trying to sort of break the story, this story has evolved significantly. We actually wrote part of it before we did Outbreak, and it was going to be very different. And one of the characters that was going to return, rather than Kate, would have been the engineer from Beyond the Sun, so played by Maximiliano Lafont. And then once we kind of lost him out of the production because he flew over to Sydney for that point, I kind of needed to raise the stakes, and Sam suggested, because we had the spacesuit from Beyond the Sun, that we could do a spacewalk scene, and he was pretty confident that he could do the visual effects for that, and I had a fairly good idea about how I could potentially do it practically, and thankfully that all came together and looks kind of cool on screen. So yeah, that particular bit was thanks to Sam.
Just time for a quick wrap of the ratings. The one with the whales from Starship Intrepid is approaching 5,000 views. The Castaway has also chalked up 5,000. Chaos at the Neutral Zone surpassing 25,000. Valhalla Calling over 2,500. And Resistance from Aaron Vanderklay has grown to over 30,000 views. Well, Trekzone TV is live now, reliving every moment from Trekzone's past and present. Join us for the fun of a streaming channel from Australia's unofficial home of Star Trek, of course. We are more than that now, with podcasts on science, space and science fiction. The Trekzone, the Trek.zone/TV is where you're going to find them. Exclusive content is starting to be rolled out too, with vignette updates from here in Port Lincoln being sprinkled on top. Don't miss a moment, the Trek.zone/TV. And of course, Trekzone membership, it costs less than a cup of coffee a month. It's available via the join button below on YouTube. For our podcast listeners, jump onto the trek.zone/support. Supporting me grow this channel gets you first play access and behind the scenes goss. You can also click thanks for a one-time contribution or head to the trek.zone/PayPal to contribute directly to the 20th anniversary fund next year. Big events coming for that. Do it today. Have my eternal gratitude. I'm Matt Miller for Trekzone, on location in Port Lincoln. Plenty of Southern launch activities coming up. I'll see you in the comments.